Okay. Hordes of the Underdark. I'm doing the character creation a bit differently this time because we start at level 15, so might as well start it here. I pre-made a lawful neutral monk at level 1, and my goal is to make a shape changer. Why monk? You have to make a druid of certain levels before you can go to a shapeshifter. You don't have to be a monk at all to do it. Monk is for two things. A lot of the shape-shifting creatures use unarmed attacks or skill, and monks get a lot of feats free just by taking a single level there. So it has a lot of synergy with the shapeshifter. And second reason is wisdom. Monks get to add wisdom to their armor class, and in order to get the better shape-shifting forms, you need, like, I think the base requires wisdom stat of 30, and we have 18, and that's the highest at the start. So you can imagine, if you want that, you have a long run to go. That would be ancient dragon shapes. I don't think I'll go there for a couple of reasons. One is that it'll require quite a amount of feats to actually just put into extra wisdom points to get it. Two is, I don't know if I'll ever get to a level high enough where I could get it. So it's potentially a lot of feats put into something that is never even going to pay. There's no point. There's no need to put skills anywhere at the moment. We're gonna take Hawk as our animal companion. Likely never gonna use that. A lot of feats again, because we took a new class, Druid. We'll have to take quite a few Druid classes for levels before we can take what we really need. A few words about the shapeshifter as we go along here. Shapeshifter equipment that influences what your normal character wears, the equipment. It can influence the shapeshifter form in multiple ways, and the important thing is there's three different major categories. The most important is the armor you wear. The special effects on that armor will translate to all four, every single one of them. So it's the reason I'm taking heavy armor, because I don't know which armors are going to have the best abilities, so I need to be able to access all of them. Yes. What does the shifter need? Alertness, we have that. I took that right on the start. Wild Shape, which we'll get if we'll take enough druid levels. Best spellcasting level 3 or higher, which we'll get if we take enough druid levels, so more druid. And every point will go to wisdom. Because even though we aren't going to take the ancient dragon forms, very likely, a lot of the good forms that you get from epic levels will require wisdom stats of 20 plus something. 21, 23, 25, something like that. So still a significant attribute investment. I don't think we need to spend points yet. I don't think we have to spend points yet either. Now we better spend the points. Spellcraft will give saving throws against spells. Persuasion, because why not? Lore, because it's easy way to identify things. Maybe we don't have to take so much of it, but little bit wouldn't hurt. I'm not taking concentration because you can't cast spells while you're in shape-shifted form, and that's probably what we're going to be in through most of the game. I praise because I have to have all the items that give special abilities. I just have to get them. It works in a where armor class effects work in a sort of a different way than other abilities. They don't translate directly. Highest of them will only be counted because there are multiple armor class types: dodge, deflection, natural, armor, shield. But once you shift into another shape, they all get changed to one type, and they're not cumulative. So only the highest one will matter. So we don't care about how magical the armor is, we care about the abilities the armor has. It can be a ragged shirt for all we care, as long as it has good special abilities. The armor class modifiers, we don't give a shit about those, because they don't matter. Good enough. Yeah, wild shape. What to take? I think I'll take Zen Archery. Normal range attacks require dexterity, but our dexterity is 0 as far as the bonuses are concerned. So I'm going to change it to wisdom, because wisdom is something we have to raise anyway, and it doesn't just affect the bow attacks, it affects ranged touch attacks too, which are at least used by some forms. And frankly, we don't have too many good feats to take anyway. Level 1 monk, level 5 druid, level 1 shapeshifter. Which brings us to another problem. How multi-classing works in this game is a bit has some special rules. One is that if you want to get the best out of your attack bonuses, all the different class when you reach level 20 have to be dividable by 4. So if you have one level of monk only, or any uneven amount of them, monk and druid when we get there, for example, or shapeshifter, that is not divisible by 4, will lose at least 1 point of attack bonus. I don't care about that though. Just mentioning it. But the reason I don't care about that is because I really care only about the shape-shifting forms. The 1 point extra is nice, but it would mean we'd have to leave our shapeshifter at level 8 and take 12 levels of something else for monk really and a druid. That would delay our shapeshifting abilities. Because we can only take 10 levels of shifter before level 21. After that we can take more and get to the epic shifter levels. Since we can't, we're restricted to 10 levels at the moment. We'll have to fill the other 10 with monk or druid levels. I'm not sure which. I'll have to think about it. Depending on which abilities help us most, that'll decide it. Wisdom 20. We don't have to use the skill points yet. We're going to get to shifter level 9. It'll bring us to character level 15. Greater Wild Shape. Improved expertise, please. Expertise shifts your attack bonuses to armor class. Improved expertise takes 10 out of your attack and puts 10 into your armor class. So in certain situations or shape combinations, it's very strong. Because if your shape relies on special attacks instead of actual melee, it doesn't really need that much of an attack bonus. And it could have very terrible armor class, so it needs all the help it can get to survive. To take. Weapon focus unarmed wouldn't be bad, but I think I'll take knockdown. Some forms would have it anyway, but it's a very useful thing to have on pretty much anyone. Yeah, level 7 shifter. Humanoid shapes. Infinite greater wild shape 2. Level 8. And our final shifter level. And our final character level before we can actually start playing the game. Probably want to take Tumble. Again, I'm taking Appraisal because it might prove very, very useful. Not sure if we need to take so much lore. In the overall scheme of things, identifying things is fairly easy, especially if we keep companions with us. Taking additional monk levels would have the benefit that we could take a lot of tumble at the same time. Probably enough to get tumble to 20. See. Yeah, we could then use it to raise discipline too. There's certainly a lot going for that. Search. Maybe we should take more listen. Don't need a lot of it. Search. Yeah, we don't need a lot of it. I think I'll save most of my points. Maybe a little bit lower wouldn't hurt. The thing is, the lore can sometimes be used in a lot of other things in Quest. See if your character is smart enough to figure things out and so forth. So it wouldn't hurt to have more. And 1 feat. So what are we gonna take? An improved knockdown wouldn't hurt. Improved critical. I don't know what weapons are different shapes use, so unarmed would be a pretty safe guess. I'm not sure if I'm going to rely on unarmed using things either. So maybe improved knockdown. With that, we could knock down larger creatures. With improved critical, I'll take the improved knockdown. It's easier to knock down other creatures. So you get a bonus on the knockdown. It's much more likely to succeed in the first place. Yeah. Level 15 character, human, local, neutral. We do need to switch things around here a bit. Gotten a lot of special abilities. Flurry of blows. Stunning fist. Yells. Move knockdown. Expertise, improved expertise. Shapeshifting. That's the important stuff. Worm shape. The wormling red, blue, black, white, green. They differ in what type of immunities you get. Fire, electricity, I think acid, cold, and maybe acid or poison, I don't know. So it doesn't really matter, so there's no point having all of these 5 forms here. I'll take a red. We can change into a red wormling infinite amount of times. So can we integrate her wild shapes? Harpy, Gargoyle, Minotaur. I have no clue what the hell these do. I can take a guess, but I'm guessing Gargoyle will be the defensive one. Minotaur the offensive one. Harpy will have some kind of special ability. But that's pretty vague. Can't plan on your actions on something like that. Basilisk, Stone Gaze, Rider, I think that's more or less a basic fighter, and Manticore. Manticore has it has a basically infinite amount you can use certain special attack. That's it. It's a lot easier to hit with that against certain targets than trying to just hit them. Humanoid shapes. Drow Warrior, Lizard Folk Whip Master, Kobold Commando. Drow Warrior would probably be our go-to guy as far as being a warrior at this stage is concerned. Lizard Folk Whip Master is light on the damage. I think it can disarm against certain type of warrior opponents to be basically a game changer. If you can hit the weapon out of their hands, pick it up, so they'll be unarmed. Easy fight after that. Kobold Commando will be a rogue of a sort, so backstabbing son of a bitch. And I think he has the hide in plain sight, so he can hide even if other people are looking right at him. So, let's get started. Rest. You dream.
I trust that your preparations are complete.
Very nearly, Dread Mistress. It should only be a matter of...
Do not test my patience, Iblith. Would you have me wait? I, the terror of all the Underdark? The Dark Queen of Shadow?
Of course not, my mistress.
Then proceed. I wish to see this being who my agents say can stop my great rise.
I do not believe anyone could stop you now, great Valsherry.
So I thought. But my agents have resources beyond the means of mortals. This one will be my undoing, so they say, if I do not act in time. So proceed, wizard. I will wait no further.
Soleno Samatka! Soleno Samatka!
What is this? A surfacer female? Have your spells become faulty, fool?
No, mistress. This is indeed an image of the one who shall defeat.
This image shows but a threat. It shall be dealt with like the others. You, male, remove this dead fool and summon my red sisters. Now.
Yes, Dread Mistress.
And you, Surfacer. Whoever you are, and whatever threat you pose, you will not be able to hide. The Drow shall strike swiftly and without mercy.
You stand shivering in the chill night air, sweat coursing down your body. You were somehow woken suddenly from your slumber, leaping from your bed to face what? The memory of your strange dream still rings clearly in your head, along with an inner alarm that tells you all is not right. Suddenly, you notice a Drow elf. She appears to be trying to break into the chest with your personal belongings. You have a Relic of the Reaper, Worn Book, and Roguestone. And Yawning Portal Dagger, which is a gigantic piece of shit. This isn't going to be much of a fight, but I wonder if I can change shape. Reptilian. Strength 16, Dexterity 20, Constitution 10. Shocking Whip. And you have. How do I look at your special abilities? They're mixed in with the rest. Disarm for you.
Get ready to be beaten by a girl!
Oh crap. Yeah. We can't use the forms now. The game hasn't officially, I guess, started. We'll have to beat the shit out of her with our bare hands. She's fairly weak though. Actually, we might end up dying for all I know.
Die! Die and be forgotten!
I'm using fists because I do have that monk level, so I'm not exactly terrible using fists. Still, the fight is not going well. We'll win it. Holy shit, she's doing good damage. She's hitting with every goddamn strike. A pretty young woman rushes in, a mixture of fear and concern on her face. You vaguely remember her as the daughter of the Inkeeper.
Excuse me, is everything... Oh my word!
She finally spots the corpse of the Drow thief and covers her mouth in horror. Is the inn under attack? No, I don't think so, milady. I only entered your room because I heard the commotion from the hall. The Drow woman, is she... dead? Yes, I killed the thief. I don't think she was just a thief, my lady. She probably took your equipment so you would be defenseless when the Drow assassin showed up. That's been the pattern for the other attacks. There have been other attacks? Not here at the inn, but some of the Waterdeep's more prominent citizens have been killed in their homes while they sleep. Someone has been sending assassins to kill them off. But how could this thief even have known that you were here? You only just arrived in the city. I'll have to tell Father about this. We take pride in the safety of our guests. The thief must have used magic. That's the only way she could have gotten in here undetected. She must have used the same magic to send your equipment back to wherever she came from. Any idea where I could get some replacement gear? Tamsil frowns. Father gathered weapons, armor, and other equipment here at the inn to help in the defense of Waterdeep. Anyone working to save the city is welcome to any of it. Everything is stored in the armory just across the hall. Just take whatever you need. Thank you, I'll go there right away. I know the equipment in the armory isn't suitable for a hero like you, Nalia, but it's the best we've got. Now, please excuse me, I have to go speak with my father. I'll tell him what happened here, but it would be best if you didn't mention it to the other guests. We don't want to start a panic at the inn. Father will take steps to see this doesn't happen again. Very well, off you go. Goodbye, my lady. Once you have what you need from the armory, please go downstairs to the main room. My father is waiting there to speak to you. Ooh, the bodies aren't disappearing anymore. They're being left here. Drow dagger, bonus damage acid. It's a crappy dagger, but we don't care. We're not gonna use these weapons on these four. Lesser ironstone, blue. +2 to your wisdom while active. So I don't even have a clues. More wisdom, excellent. Okay, what's the Warn book? This large tome has a rather interesting title, Shadows of Underdark, written by one D. Scalesinger. Inside its pages is the full account of an adventure from earlier in your career. Your first adventure, in fact. The facts seem a bit exaggerated according to your memory, but that apparently didn't stop the book from becoming a great hit amongst the nobility in several major cities throughout Faerun. For a time, you had the unique experience of becoming a household name. People who didn't know would shout out to you happily as you passed and treated you like a trusted friend. The fame eventually died down somewhat, which was a relief at the time. But you have held onto a copy of the book as a souvenir. As for the author, a kobold bard by the name of Deakin, you haven't met him since those early days. Part of you has to wonder if you aren't owed some royalties. Okay, Relic of the Reaper. The Deakin is one of the things tying you to the shadows, the Underdark. One is the other thing is the Relic of the Reaper. They're both things that you really don't even need to know to play this. Relic of the Reaper isn't something you pick up in the other game. It just has a connection to it. You discovered this artifact when you were briefly trapped in the Plane of Shadows. Ever since you first picked it up, it has refused to leave your possession. Drop it, throw it away, crush it. Always it immediately reappears, pulsing warmly with power as it ever does. Its main ability that you know of is that it can teleport you to a pocket dimension ruled over by a mysterious being that calls itself the Reaper. The Reaper's dimension is a nexus of sorts. The Reaper, not an unfriendly sort, allows you to use the relic to bind a location to a door in the dimension, allowing instant transportation back to that point. There's sort of like teleportation save spots that you can have a limited amount. He will also teleport you to the time dimension upon the moment of your death, saving you. The relic may only be used in this fashion, however, to bind a point or save you from death. If you have a rogue stone in your possession, the Reaper uses the power inherent within the gem to power the relic, consuming the gem in the process. Naturally, this makes rogue stones even more valuable to you than they would be otherwise. Where the Reaper comes from or how the relic stone was created has never been revealed to you. You suspect that one day its mysterious history will catch up with you. For the moment, however, it has been far more of a boon. And that's it. Very, very, very loose connection to Shadows of the Undertide. There's no need to know those. I don't intend to use a lot of these weapons, but I'm broke. I have 20 gold, so I'll take everything I can so I can sell it. Everything that's worth some money at least. We do need clothes, if nothing else. Gloves will not transfer to our other forms, so they're worthless to us. They cannot in any circumstance. Quite often it's just the armor. I think most often it's armor and all your miscellaneous items, and in rare cases it's your weapon. You can usually tell beforehand what it is that will get transferred. If it's something like an animal that doesn't wear any equipment or something like that, it's just the armor. If it's more of a humanoid but doesn't carry a weapon, it'll still have probably the armor and the miscellaneous equipment. But if it's a humanoid, carries a weapon, it's everything. Didn't get clothes. Here we have Amulet of Natural Armor +1, Ring of Protection +2. That means if we change shape, the Amulet of Protection will never influence anything, because it has a lesser bonus to armor than our ring we have. Are you sure there's no armor? There has to be armor. That's what I thought. This is no good armor, but commoner's outfit. At least their clothes. Now I don't feel like I'm running naked down the hallways. At the start, I'm thinking I'm going to go over certain things very fast, because otherwise I'll be spending an hour here before I get to do anything. And they're not that relevant to getting things started.
I greet you.
This ancient-looking man appears ready for battle, though his frail body can barely keep itself upright beneath the weight of his armor. I'm so old that I'm of no use to anyone. I'm one of the few men who has entered Undermountain and returned to tell the tale, but now they tell me I'm too old to help Waterdeep against these foes. You could help me by telling me about Undermountain. His eye brightens a little. You want to hear about Undermountain? Really? I would really love... I would be honored to help you. They say Undermountain is never the same, always changing, but there is one thing about that foul labyrinth that never changes. Its creator, Halaster. Halaster? Halaster is a wizard of great and terrible power. Centuries ago he built Undermountain, and he has controlled it ever since. They say he is completely mad. But there is a method to his madness. If you understand how the mage's mind works, it is possible to enter Undermountain and survive as I have done. I have always been told Undermountain is unpredictable. Undermountain is forever changing. Its very architecture twisted and distorted on Halaster's whim, but the nature of the dungeon always remains the same. Undermountain is designed to confuse and disorient you. Traps and tricks lay in wait around every corner. Never allow yourself to grow complacent. Always expect the unexpected. Why would it be that way? I think it has something to do with the idea that death is a journey. I could be wrong. I would never claim to understand Halaster. Not really. I just know the patterns now. That is a useful piece of information, thank you. His face flushes red and his shoulders straighten with pride. That is not the only suggestion I can make. Watch out for mirrors. They almost always hide something. Sometimes something good, oftentimes something very bad. And greed is dangerous, often fatal flaw in Undermountain. How so? Often little traps will start with a small treasure to make you think there must be more. There will be a little danger, but nothing you cannot handle. If you continue, eventually the big trap will be set up. That is where most adventurers die, of course. Surviving the big trap can sometimes mean big rewards. Notice I said sometimes. I noticed. Alastair is unpredictable. Sometimes he rewards courage and bravery, other times your trials will give you nothing. It's as if the wizard is making a mockery of these values. Anything else? Well, that is all I can think of for now. Maybe I will remember more later. Goodbye and thanks for the help. His eyes twinkle in a satisfied way. Thank you, lass. It is my duty and my pleasure to assist you. Tyr protect you and your journey. We got 200 experience points from that. I wanted to have that conversation because it tells really the relative stuff. Halaster and an ever-changing maze of traps and creatures. That's where we're going. It's actually not quite as bad as it seems. It is exactly that though, but it's not that bad. Because quite often the traps aren't the kind that you just accidentally stumble into constantly. So it makes things a bit more tolerable. Also a lot of secret doors, a lot of monsters.
Blessed be.
Linu Laneral, Tommy Undergallows, Sharwin and Dalen the Red Tiger. This elven woman has a pleasant aura about her as she nods her head to you respectfully. You notice a silver amulet around her neck, marking her as a cleric of the elven goddess Sehanine Moonbow.
You are welcome amongst us, dear. I understand everyone here has been awaiting your arrival with great anticipation.
The Inkeeper has refused to acknowledge the rest of us until Nalia makes an appearance. I, for one, did not journey so far to render aid only to be ignored. There is no need to be unkind, Dalen. This woman deserves our respect. She is an adventurer of worth, and the fact that she is here is a boon to our cause. Huh? There ain't no cause that I know about that's gonna pay me 100,000 gold like this one will, I agree with Tommy. Gold speaks louder than any cause I've ever heard of. That is an odd thing for a bard to say, Sharwin. Have you no sense of the epic? I wonder if our friend here would agree with you. Then why do we not ask her? What of it, Nalia? What has brought you to Waterdeep in this hour of need? Haven't decided actually. Um, mm, Probably because of adventure, too because we were called in the first place. There was a need. Mm, Options are money. I care. I don't really know. It's my business. I want to kill things. Darren called for heroes. Darren called for heroes. The half-oracle relaxes a bit and nods, pleased. I'm pleased to hear that. The city of Neverwinter was once saved by one who chose to do the right thing, as you say. Elven Cleric regards you for another moment. I have heard of you, Nalia. I must admit I know little in the way of details. Perhaps we will get a chance to adventure together. I'd like that. Well, perhaps once you speak to Dernan, we shall have that chance. I look forward to it, dear. I should go. I believe Master Dernan is waiting for you in the other room, dear. Good luck. Okay, what we're gonna do now is change shape. Drow Warrior is probably a good bet at this point. I think as long as I use a humanoid form, I can still interact with people. So, a stylish Drow woman with some kind of a acid sword. +3. Drow Venom Blade. Sexy Drow. No armor though, which seems like an odd thing for Drow Warrior. Strength 18, Dexterity 23, and Constitution 8. But more importantly, we have good saving throws, spell resistance of 26, and anything else. Immunity to paralysis, slow, and tangle movements. That's up from our belt, though. The biggest thing is we have a decent armor class, we have a good weapon, and we have spell resistance, natural spell resistance. So let's get started. I guess this is more of a mission briefing. What exactly are we here to do? Dernan turns toward you as you enter the common room, a stern and solid man who is rumored to have once been a great warrior. The relief now on his face is clearly visible.
Greetings. I am glad that you made it at last. I trust your accommodations were adequate?
I have no complaints. Dernan nods, his features grim. Tamsel tells me you dealt with the Drow thieves swiftly enough. I must apologize to you. Once I would have been able to ensure the safety of my guests, but no longer. The damnable Drow come and go as they please, it seems. These are dark times for our city. The enemies of Waterdeep must have learned you had answered our call for heroes. Given your reputation, it's not surprising that they targeted you. The Drow will pay for this. I want my stuff back. Hold on a sec. A Drow thief came in and stole all your equipment? If I'd known you were such an easy mark, I might have nicked your stuff myself. Dernan silences Tommy's laughter with a cold glare. Now this is no joking matter. The Drow don't play games. I'm guessing the theft was only the first step in their mission. The Drow likely figured you'd be more vulnerable without your equipment. A Drow assassin would probably have shown up a few seconds later to finish you off in your sleep. Fortunately, you woke up and thwarted their plan. Others in Waterdeep haven't been so lucky. There are several reports of prominent citizens laying in their beds. Waterdeep is under attack. Its people live in fear. That is why I made the call you all responded to. We're going to do something about it. What do you have planned? Yes, Dernan. Tell us what must be done.
The city is under siege. Raiding parties of Drow and other creatures rarely seen on the surface are attacking the city. We've determined that these attacks are coming through Undermountain.
But Undermountain has existed for centuries. Why hasn't there been any trouble before?
That's what we need to find out. The Labyrinth of Undermountain was created long ago by Halaster, a mage whose power may have rivaled even Elminster himself. Halaster ruled Undermountain like a brutal tyrant. It was his magic that kept the creatures within from pouring out to overrun Waterdeep. Now Halaster has suddenly decided to unleash his creatures on this city, and we need to find out why. I want to know what that mad mage is up to.
The attackers are Drow. Why do you think Halaster is involved? It is odd that Halaster has aligned himself with the Dark Elves. He has never been too fond of them. But the Drow are attacking through Undermountain, and that means Halaster must be involved. Would Halaster still even be alive? Undermountain was built hundreds of years ago, but Halaster is an archmage. Time doesn't mean the same to him as it does to us. I'm certain he's still alive, and that he is involved in these attacks.
It's pretty clear that the answers we seek can't be found here on the surface. The only hope we have of stopping Halaster is to send someone down into Undermountain after him.
So who's all going on this mission? Anyone willing to risk the dangers of Undermountain is welcome. Waterdeep needs all the help it can get. Whether you all work together or alone is up to you, I suppose. As many of you know, this inn is built around one of the entrances to Undermountain, a magical well that descends thousands of feet down into the very depths of that ever-changing labyrinth. Now, I don't intend to send anyone into Undermountain unprepared. That would be suicide. I'll offer you what advice and equipment I can. In fact, I think it might be a good idea if... Wait! What's that noise, Father? It's coming from the well room. Vernon listens intently for a moment, before his eyes go wide with the realization of what is about to happen.
Foul Drow! You dare to attack my inn!
You're city. You're right.
What will foul
I
magic
can't
do?
move all! They've come through the well!
Bring it on.
Darkness. Need to do something about priestess.
Taste of this! Taste of this!
The glory of heroes!
Kill it. Follow me, we must secure the well.
Come on, let's go! To the well, quick!
And why Thesta is reviving the people who got killed.
No escape! I'll see you
Think you
dead!
can take me? Think again!
Okay.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Kill them all!
Creatures of dark.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Blind you.
It was a close thing, but I think we've managed to drive them back. I need you four to stay here and guard the well until the...
Look out! Follow that abomination quickly!
Greetings, adventurer.
Darren wipes the dust off his clothing brusquely, having just recovered from the effects of the Beholder's ray. His expression is a clear mix of helpless frustration and rage.
Blast those four fools! What were they thinking? Rushing headlong into the well like a bunch of impatient children! Don't they realize how dangerous Undermountain is?
Do you think that maybe this was planned? He considers your words for a moment, nodding. The Drow thief in your room, now this attack. Seems like our enemy has a plan. The others probably ran right into a trap or ambush. What was that thing? An eye tyrant it's called, a beholder unleashing more magic out of each of its eyes than any wizard can even dream of. And those fools have chased it after it into Undermountain. He spits in disgust. They're likely to get themselves killed running off like that. I wanted an organized foray into Undermountain, not this mess. But now then, I don't want you rushing off in a blind rage like those others. You have to be smart about this. You'll need to be properly prepared before you can go into Undermountain. You're the only one we can turn to now. None of the other adventurers here can measure up to you, not even close. You're Waterdeep's last hope. I'll do my best. Darren nods, relieved. I'm glad to hear that. I truly wish I did not have to place all our hopes on your shoulders, but it appears we have little choice. The well will lead you down into Undermountain. Once you talk to White Thessa and stocked up on equipment, I can help you up and down. I suspect you have many questions first, however. Not really. No. What should I be looking for when I'm down there? There are creatures of various intelligence that you'll encounter, some smart enough that they might have some idea of what's going on, even if you have to question them at sword point. But the real goal is to find Halaster himself. He is the key to Undermountain, always has been and always will be. Until you find the Mad Mage, we won't really know what we're up against. If you do find him, be very, very careful. Halaster's legendary power is only matched by his rampant insanity. The might of a madman and the power of an archmage are a dangerous combination. Yeah, he isn't kidding about that. Halaster will be out of our league. without any doubt. It'd be smart to stock up on equipment before you go down there. There's a couple of stores out in the city still up and running. Just tell Crayban I said it was okay for you to leave the inn. And make sure you speak to White Thesta. Her inventory of healing magic comes in handy in Undermountain. She's even got magic to raise the dead, if you need it. Of course, by then it's usually too late. I'll be here if you need me. I've got to make sure we got some more guards set up around as well to prevent another attack. Just speak to me again when you're ready to enter Undermountain and I'll lower you down the well myself. Good luck, Nalia. We're all counting on you now.
Deacon greets the noble hero!
Furiously riding away in a small tome, the small kobold is not aware of your approach. When he glances up and notices you, he smiles broadly.
Boss, you comes to big human city. Somehow Deacon just knew you would come.
Deacon, I haven't seen you for ages. Yes, it has been long time, boss. Deacon be real busy for a long time traveling and writing book. Deacon be famous bard now. Congratulations, Deacon. I'm happy for you. The kobold gives you a big toothy grin. Deacon happy too. Deacon travels lot just like he says he would. Deacon still not believes his eyes that human cities be so big. Deacon finish his great epic story about boss too, just like Deacon say he would. Did you sees it? Did you likes it? It's about my first adventure. What's not to like? He likes it. Deacon so happy. Good news be that Deacon work on good new book now, see? Deacon not got title for it yet, however. No. Is that why you're here in Waterdeep? There be call for heroes, so Deacon come. Deacon be great kobold hero after all, and it make great plot for second epic story too. Even better if Bossy be in it. What do you know about the situation here exactly? Deacon know lots. Deacon bard after all, and Undermountain be great legend. How about we join forces? Deacon claps his hands together excitedly. Yeah, Deacon think you never ask, boss. We make great team, you and Deacon. Just you wait and see. So, Deacon is a reptilian true neutral bard 14, Red Dragon Disciple 1. Oh, that's good as far as I'm concerned. Red Dragon Disciple massively boosts up your attribute points. So with Deacon you'll probably increase his ability to handle the take damage and dish it out quite a bit. His strength is 8 after all, that sucks quite badly. Red Dragon Disciple should massively boost those. Why Thessa?
A fair evening to you.
This elegantly dressed, well-manicured, beautiful woman smiles at you.
It is good to finally meet you in person. My name is White Thesta. I'm a priestess, so if you need healing or any temple supplies, I'm here to help.
You know who I am?
Everyone knows you, at least by reputation. Durnan told me you would be here when he asked me to come and lend my healing services to this mission. That Durnan is certainly an interesting fellow, isn't he? I've heard that in his youth he was quite the adventurer, and he still has that strong, rugged look. I wouldn't mind adding him to my list.
I don't have time for this. turned and said you had something for me. Yes, of course. Let's get right to business. I have a gift here for you. Something to help you on your quest. What is it? It's a rod of resurrection. An item of such power can actually raise the dead. Based on all the rumors about Undermountain, you're going to need it. Those 4 eager souls who charge on ahead likely have need of its power, so don't be afraid to use it on them if you stumble across their bodies. The rod has several charges. If I come across their bodies, I'll be sure to try and help them. If you find the remains of one of those brave adventurers and restore them to life, they might be willing to help you in your quest. I doubt you'll find many others who will accompany you into Undermountain. You have anything else I could use? Now, let me show you the rest of my items. Normally I'd ask a large donation for each of them, but since you're trying to save the city, I'll only need enough to cover their base cost. We can't really afford anything. I'll just dump a lot of our... What? Can't sell this item, why not? Is it my shape?
A fair evening to you.
Yes. So there are still serious limitations. Oh. Deacon. Deacon has weapons he's not proficient to use. Excellent. That's beautiful. We're basically broke, so I can't really buy anything anyway. We could buy a lesser amulet of health, immunity to disease and poison, and I don't think that's a bad idea. It's fairly cheap. And I certainly don't want to handle those. Natural armor +1 is not going to do anything for us. So go away. Well, yeah, I think you can have 2 companions in this. So, maybe I just hold on to that. It's not gonna make much of a difference anyway. Yeah. Now our shape won't be bothered by minor things like being poisoned. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. We could check the shops on the top, but we don't have the money to buy anything from them anyway. We'll visit them later, once we've at least made a single trip into the Undermountain. I'd like to talk to Deacon more too. Yeah, you can cast buffing spells, Bard Song, identify equipment. What can we talk about? Discuss training. The old boss once told Deacon that he got dragon blood, that it be strong in him. Deacon never knows what that means. Deacon be small and weak and not breathe fire or anything. But sometimes when Deacon fights, he feels heart beating really fast, and he feel strong. Does that seem silly to you, boss? Not really. Where do you think it could lead? Well, Deacon think maybe he tries to focus on being Dragon Disciple. Old Master never tells Deacon about this, but maybe it'd be a good thing. It'd be up to you, boss. Deacon do what he tells him to. If he wants Deacon to just be faithful bard instead, Deacon do that and be happy. So basically decide how's the multi-classing going to progress. Dragon Disciple, please. Go ahead and become a Dragon Disciple if you can. Okay, Deacon concentrates on that. Thanks, boss.
Deacon?
What else? Do you know anything about Halaster? Mage who built Undermountain? Deacon knows a little bit from stories. Tell me what you know about him then. Well, his full name be Halaster Blackcloak, Deacon remembers, and he be very old. Some people say he even be older than Elminster. Deacon reads book once that say Halaster come to Waterdeep before City was here. He brings 7 apprentices and then builds great tower, because that's what great mages do. Just how long ago was this? More than 1,000 years, maybe? This be a legend, boss. It's not great when it comes to date, you know? There's a tower. Is it still in Waterdeep? Not anymore. They believe that Yawning Portal Inn be on spot where tower once was. That's why it got entrance to Undermountain. Are the apprentices still alive? Deacon not think so. Books say that Halaster kills most of apprentices. Some goes with him into Undermountain, maybe, but nobody know what happened to them then. Go on. Well, books say Halaster was a little bit crazy even then. Apprentices not see him much, as he hides even in own tower. He builds tower deeper and deeper to hide and talks to demons. Then one day, Halaster make tower go too deep, and he break into old dwarf mines. There be no dwarfs anymore, just lots of monsters. So Halaster move into mines, and he not be seen anymore. That be Undermountain. Why did he disappear into the mines? Deacon guesses he just too crazy. Because all paranoid and thinks everybody out to get him. Maybe. Nobody really sure why Halaster is like he is. So all these monsters were originally in Undermountain? Some maybe. Halaster summons monsters all the time and sets up puzzles and traps and lairs to guard him, maybe, or just kills people. Deacon not knows. You know, Elminster once say that Undermountain be biggest adventure graveyard in all of Theron. Deacon wonders if that be true. What happened since then, do you know? Not much happened. Halaster stay crazy, Undermounder stay dangerous. Then this happened. Cue epic adventure, boss. That's all Deacon knows about Halaster, really. Deacon hopes that help. Yep, I think that's enough Deacon for now, so... there's really nothing holding us back here anymore, so... might as well just go into the Undermountain.